Hello people, welcome back to the channel. This is Surin and today I want to talk about the Kunze Panzer special mode and on top of that how you can get this vehicle. So, first of all, how can you get this vehicle? Of course, we have the token store where you can get this vehicle with 12 tokens. In my opinion, it's a good vehicle that is a bit competitive for better players. But if you are a new guy to the game, well, I do not really recommend this vehicle as it has no armor and everything except the armor. It's quite decent at this vehicle. So, let's jump right into the some statistics and in comparison to a Tech 3 variant, which is the Leopard PTA. This vehicle is pretty much a brother from the Kunze, but the Kunze has the special siege mode and the travel mode. So yeah, in terms of the DPM, Kunze has much better DPM just because I think it has that extra slightly lower alpha damage than the Leopard. The Leopard, on the other hand, has really good AP, had a really good penetration on it standard rounds. On top of that, the gold as well with really good shell velocity. I mean, both tanks have pretty similar shell velocity on their standard rounds, but because the Kunze is firing hit, pretty low penetration hit, I got admitted, but still the shell velocity for a hit round is really decent. Next, um, you have really good camo capacity. I mean, all tanks can carry good amount of APCRs and hit, and also HE. The Leopard instead has really good HE rounds, whereas the Kunze Panzer does not have that. And over here we have the Kunze in its normal mode, and here it's in the siege mode. So keep that in mind. So on in terms of the gun handling, when you're in the travel mode, yeah, it's not the best gun handling what you'll ever in the that you'll ever get in the Kunze Panzer. No, it's much better on the Leopard PTA by default. But once you're in the siege mode, you have pretty much the same accuracy, the same aiming time as the Leopard PTA, but you have much better, actually near twice gun depression and elevation. It goes up to 31 degrees, which is really insane. Keep in mind those ground races, those dispersion while moving, turning the turret. You should not move while trying to snipe with this vehicle. When usually you see a target, you want to be accurate. You just stop, aim, then you fire, then you move. Because with this horrific not ground resistance, with those horrific terrain resistances, actually no, they're dispersion, sorry. Yeah, if you're gonna move an inch forward, your reticle is gonna bloom out, and you do not want to do that. Next, mobility wise, it's the same for top speed as the Leopard, the same, pretty much the mobility is part on part when it's in a travel mode. In terms of the armor, yeah, those tanks are glass cannon, but the Leopard might actually bounce something from its upper palate because it's 70mm and cannot be really overmatched. The Kunze Panzer can be penetrated by anything it meets. And on top of that, the Leopard PTA has slightly more hit points because it's a much bigger vehicle, and because it's a much bigger vehicle, it gets slightly lower camouflage than the Kunze Panzer. On top of that, all vehicle in this, actually the two vehicle gets 400 meters view range, which is really nice. And yeah, that's pretty much the comparison to the Leopard PTA. So the Leopard PTA, it's for free. You can get it in the Tech 3 with this vehicle. You can get it for 12 bonds. And now let's talk about the equipment on the Kunze Panzer. So by default, with personally, here is really dependent on your playstyle. Because this tank is a sniper, maybe you want to increase everything about the accuracy, like you can put yourself the ventilation and the aiming device with the armor on top of that to make yourself the most accurate tank in tier 9 to say so. But personally, this is my desired setup. So because I don't play with food, I play with fire extinguisher. I prefer optics just to have slightly better view range, and concealment as well to make myself sneaky, to get across the map, sneaky, to be, to surprise the enemies if I want to be aggressive. And if on top of that, if there are no scouts in the game, or if the light tanks died, I can take the hand, I can take the take the stick, and just make myself usable as a scout. Because look at this camouflage, 35 while moving and 43 while stationary. It is just insane. And on top of that, why I don't invest anything into the gun handling, you might ask, well, because you have, this is the DPM while it's normal mode, you have pretty much 3000 DPM in the travel mode, but you have really bad accuracy. And on top of that, you have, what do you have? 10 degrees of gun depression, which is not the best, but because your accuracy is that bad, what you can do, you can switch in 2 seconds to the siege mode, and you can still have some mobility wise, like half of the mobility. You have worse power to weight ratio, worse gun handling and everything, but look at this, the dispersion drops to 0.28 and the aiming time is just glorious. So yeah, you don't really need anything to invest into the gun handling, or maybe if you want to make this tank more sniper than it is, you can do so. So yeah, this is why I do not recommend, I do not want to invest anything into the aiming. So yeah, for the last piece of equipment, I don't know what to pick. It's like circle size. It's like I don't want to trade anything for anything. So I feel like the DPM is good, the aiming circle is good. So this is my setup for this vehicle. So yeah, on top of that we have brothers in arms. I forgot to put the camouflage paint as well, the concealment, recon, and whatever boosters you'll have. So yeah, kind of decent camouflage in my opinion. And now what we can do quickly is the same playstyle as you'll have in the Kapazander 3 Project 07HK. So yeah, you have good DPM in the in the travel mode, but once you move to the siege mode, much better everything except mobility. So without all of this in the way, um, let's go ahead with our review. So we are playing on this map, which for the moment we are, I was streaming and I was like double checking chat. So we are playing on the Sun River map. This vehicle it's quite suitable for this map because you have like 4 places where you can play. You can play over here just because you have such good gun depression and gun overall. You can snipe across the map over here. Get a vision over here, you have good concealment, or I like to play over here as well to make sure that I get like 1 or 2 shells into the crossing heavies. Alternatively, you can play over here and just be hold down against people over here, but that's not really the rewarding. Or you can just play over here and scout, but because there is 3092 in the enemy team, I kind of do not want to play that aggressive because yeah, there are a lot of tank destroyers and some of them are really accurate, like the UDES and the STRV. So now we just got over here with our 65 km/h top speed. I really love that. We have good view range, so we can pretty much snipe. You can pretty much spot anything that crosses, and just like that, we got spotted by the E50 because he gets really good view range by default as well. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. Come on. Oh, that was not good. That's 0.28 accuracy, but yeah, I believe here is where I prefer to have like an aiming unit, but once again, it gives you like 7% or 5% or 9% depending on what type of equipment you're using, and 9% let's say of 0.28 is like 0.28, which is 3%, and it's not the most. You don't get the most use out of it as you'll have like on a KV5 or not KV5, KV2, where the accuracy is like 0.5 and you get 0.5 better accuracy. So yeah, everyone is free to use whatever they like, whatever they prefer on this vehicle. Come on, can we make that accuracy work? Come on, it's 0.8. We're supposed to be a sniper. But yeah, it is what it is. We are switching to the travel mode, so our DPM gets better. And come on, oh, we cannot really press the gun over here. Come on, make that work. Oh, we bounced. Once again, we switch to the travel mode and we get much better. Look how fast we are reloading by doing that, and we are doing the switch once again to be accurate. So yeah, once you're like 1.9 seconds of maybe 2 seconds of reload, you just press the key once again to activate the siege mode. As you can see, it's 2 seconds and you will be ready to fire the shell at accurate, almost accurate to say so. Come on, can be the third way. And that was a bit lazy shot by me, but it was like, yeah, it was my mistake. It was not the gun's mistake. But come on, we're loading hit because it has like because the shell velocity is worse, the shell tends to have an arc, so you can shoot it over obstacles. But once again, it wasn't to be. Artillery is pinging us to see like, yo, this guy is not doing the most work. Finally, we managed to connect a shot. On top of that, we managed to. We are playing for the block 8, the hole puncher. I will make a video, a detailed video on how you complete it, and just look how funny this vehicle looks. I mean, it's so flat, and while using the hydropneumatic suspension, it looks more better. I mean, look how this vehicle is tinting forward and outward is like a clear gun. Now we got spotted, probably in the middle. There is someone that can spot us, and I really wanted to take a swing at this T95 because that is a vehicle that it's dangerous to say so. It's a Fortress tracks, and we see that the IS3 is doing the hard work over there. He's trying to push, he's trying to be aggressive. Come on, make that accuracy work. Oh, there we go. Put straight one to the side. Come on, can we reload quick enough? Come on, we should have like an 8-second reload. And now we switch to the accuracy, and just like that, we made ourselves accurate, and we managed to pick up the kill on that IS3A. This is pretty much what you have to do in the Kunze to take the most out of it. You have to switch every time from travel to accuracy to travel again to make yourself better. And look, look how this tank is crawling into its sniper mode. But once again, 30 km an hour top speed, it's enough to to relocate from this position to this position and so on and so forth. So, in terms of this vehicle, well, after you can play you certainly can play in close quarters combat because you have 3000 DPM base, but make sure that you are fighting within 200 meters, because after that your gun is gonna be your accuracy 0.4 and you will not be able to snipe, not really to snipe, to shoot weak points. And look how slow we're aiming. I mean, we were in the sniper mode, but look how slow we're aiming into outside the sniper mode in the travel mode. And come on, that project is a bit dangerous just because has really good view range, and he can outspot me in the middle. I don't want to take like to be sniper across from all of those guys, people over here, the T95. Now we see that the standard B is making the pressure toward the CS, and yeah, we pretty much want to punish him for being aggressive, and this is what you're supposed to do in this vehicle. You don't have the armor to push, but you have the gun to rely at close, well, at decent distances. So whenever you see an enemy trying to make mistake, just punish him just like that. We don't get spotted because we used the double push. This is why we waited for him to be within those bushes. Now we take a swing and we got spotted for that, and just like that we are still fully hit points, and we managed to to pick up a kill and 2400 damage without any kind of bleeding, to say so. Now we pretty much managed to secure this side. The CS is still living to see another day. And really, I want to kill that project. Is like that is the most thing that I'm afraid of, because he's still like a one shot, but because he has that view range, as you can see, I fire and I got spotted. Which means he's close and he can still spot me from if I want to make a pressure to get maybe to this side and spot or create a crossfire here and here. Now what I want to do, I want to use my 65 km an hour top speed. If you use the turbocharger, you can get yourself faster. Come on, can we see the T95? And oh boy, we can actually see that. Come on, that's orange indicator. I doubt that went in. And look at this aiming time in the travel mode. We're aiming, and there we go. That was still not a hit. We are trying to see where the projectile could be, but yeah, nothing really over here. And why do I stop in the middle of the field? Well, as you can see, the 425 meters is here, and I'm trying to shoot over here, so they'll never be able to spot me. And meanwhile, we managed to complete the mission. Well, pretty much like the first bit of the mission, which is always welcome to do. Now we're gonna use our mobility to, to relocate, because I think the enemies still know that I'm here and they can kind of like expect me to push. So we are gonna use our good mobility and camo and view range to make ourselves more usable, because we still have 1600 hit points to spare, and this is where the important gameplay is coming to hand. Whenever you are the late game, this is where you can get the most out of your damage or spotting or whatever. Just being able to use your vehicle hit points at the end to make that pressure, to make that counter push, it is just insane how much rewarding you can get for that. Come on. Oh no. No, even though we were in the accuracy mode, we still managed to get punished for that. Really, really bad. Can you try that once again, please? Come on. Now we have a PCRs loaded, which should be able to deal with the space armor, and just like that, we managed to pick up the T10. Good play by us. We're like we're actually like six vehicle versus five. So we managed to take advantage of that. There is a full HP UDES, T95, and artillery piece was never spotted. And yeah, you should be afraid of artillery pieces in this vehicle. The T95 I managed to sneak out of this. I'm really impressed by the camouflage on this vehicle, because as I mentioned, I have like 470 meters view range, so yeah, we cannot spot him for 380 meters view range, so that is a bit insane, or maybe he stopped or something like that. So yeah, now what we are trying to make a counter push. We are trying to conquer the hill, and we managed to spot a Progetto. Actually, we don't manage to spot him. Oh, come on! That's like 50 meters or something like that. The Progetto didn't manage to spot us, and oh, it was actually 100 meters, and I don't know what happened, because once again we did not get spotted. Maybe the Progetto we lost his commander or something like that. But it's always welcome that we did not get punished for that. Now we're waiting to get our sixth sense going off. Now we can conquer the hill with the possibility to win, and we want to load HE just to just to make ourselves more usable. We want to one-shot artillery, or maybe two-shot the UD. Oh, there is the UDES. Come on, come on. 0.4 accuracy, don't disappoint me. Okay, managed to get that. We managed to get spotted. The UDES went missing once again. Come on, waiting for him to tilt all the way. Okay, that's another 900 damage. That once again, because we had so many hit points at the end, we managed to make use of that. Artillery pieces to my left. Where is that T95? The T95 is a bit dangerous because he can one-shot me. Oh, the Fishte goes in the front. And can this T95 manage to pull a 1 versus 4 versus us? Because we are not in the accuracy mode, we managed to actually, maybe we were in the accuracy mode, I'm not really sure, but look at that. In the travel mode we cannot really hit the weak point reliable even with hit, and yeah, I don't really want to bait this, because it's a 50-50 whether he can one-shot me, and I don't think the artillery pieces will be able to take him out. And the ASU, I like what he's doing. He's flanking. Now what I try to do is try to be closer, to use this rich line over here. Maybe try to be more, how to say, to aim for its weak point much better. So he's still thinking that I'm there. He managed to spot me. We managed to put a good round into its weak point. Oh, look at that accuracy from the artillery. We managed to get some assistance. Beautiful. The ASU once again is getting use of that. Now, when you're fighting the T95 and he's tilting upwards, make sure that you aim for the tracks, because that shell will go in and will hit the side armor as well, so you can track him and damage him at the same time. So keep that in mind when you're fighting on ridge line or whatever it is, on a tilt. So we managed to secure the victory with the help of the SU-130. And we pretty much managed to get a 6000 combined, which is always welcome to see in this vehicle. Now let's see our performance. Okay, and here is the victory screen. Of course, we got the first class, which is always welcome to get. A spotter for the all assistant that we managed to get, the fire for effort for dealing more damage than our hit points, and a high caliber for the 4.6k damage. In terms of the performance, I feel like that was a solid game to show for YouTube. We fired 29 shells because we managed to blind shot, well, we tried to blind shot the bushes. 18 hits and 13 penetrations, which is always welcome to do. And in terms of the gun, I mean, it's okay for a sniper. It's really reliable, but sometimes energy can screw you over, or maybe can benefit. Like you're playing the KV2, you see I don't know, like a dog on the other side. You go 50 kilometers an hour while going down speed, and you ammo rack him out of the on the other map. So yeah. The artillery piece managed to carry us. He dealt 2.8k damage, and the other one dealt 2.5k. So big thumbs up from them. And yeah, this was pretty much the Kunze Panzer. We managed to break even because it's not a premium tank. It's only a tank that can only, train your crew. That's all, but it's still good enough for me to do some missions in the game. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see legends in the next one. Bye bye.